Hello students, in physical pharmaceutics to learn about the unit solubility of drugs. In this unit, the topic of today's interest is solubility of liquids in liquids, Raoult's law, real solutions, then partially miscible liquids, critical solution temperature and applications. So we will discuss one by one in our today's topic. Objectives of today's lesson is to study about the solubility of liquids in liquids, then binary solutions, and what is ideal solutions. Then we have to discuss about the Raoult's law and real solutions. Then we have to discuss about the partially miscible liquids and very important parameter which is known as critical solution temperature and its applications. So these are the different learning objectives of today's lesson. And after completion of today's discussion, the student will be able to know about all these solubility of liquids in liquids, binary solutions, ideal solutions, then Raoult's law, real solutions, then partially miscible liquids, and critical solution temperature and its applications. So first of all, we have to start from introduction. So, as we already discussed in previous lecture, what is solubility and how it is defined. So, solubility is defined quantitative way is the qualitative way. In quantitative way, the amount of solute which is dissolved in a particular solvent at specific temperature and pressure, and then qualitative way, the interaction between solute and solvent is defined as solubility. So, a solution is a system in which molecules of solute are dissolved in a solvent. And solubility is defined concentration of solute in a saturated solution at certain temperature. It is the intrinsic property of particular solute. Saturated solution means the solution in which the solute is in solution is in equilibrium with the solid phase. So if the required amount of solute is dissolved in a particular solvent at specific condition, we can say that our solution is saturated at particular condition. So as we earlier discussed about the like dissolves like. So solute solvent interaction based on the statement like dissolves like. Polar substances tend to dissolve in polar solvents while non-polar substances tend to dissolve in non-polar solvents. The more similar the intermolecular attractions are, the more likely one substance is to be soluble into another. So the attraction or interaction between the solute and solvent substance is depend decide the solubility of particular solution. Types of solvents are polar solvents, non-polar solvents, and semi-polar solvents. Then factors affecting solubility. So the solubility is defined as the quantitative way interaction between the solute and solvent molecules. And so many factors which influence this interaction also affects the solubility, like the solubility of the substance depends on the polarity of the compound, dielectric constant of the solvent, association, the solvation mechanism, the internal pressures, the acid-base reaction, and chemical, electrical, and structural effects that lead to mutual interaction between the solute and solvent. So these are the some of the factors. And in previous lecture, we already discussed in very detail about each and every factor. Polar solvents dissolve ionic solutes and polar substances. Solubility of a drug in polar solvent depends on the polarity of the solute and the solvent, and the ability of the solute to form hydrogen bond. So as we already discussed, like dissolves like. Polar substances dissolve in polar solvent. And due to the polarity of the solvent and solute and the ability of solute to form hydrogen bonds, the polar substance or polar solute can be easily dissolved in polar solvents. Water dissolves phenol, alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, amines, and other oxygen and nitrogen containing compounds that can form hydrogen bonds with water. So due to the formation of hydrogen bonding, the water can easily dissolve these substances. Another example, the ratio of polar to non-polar groups of the molecules. So when additional polar groups are present in the molecules like propylene glycol, glycerin and tartaric acid, water solubility increases greatly. As the length of a non-polar chain of an aliphatic alcohol increases, the solubility in water decreases. Example, straight chain monohydroxy alcohol aldehydes and acids with more than 4 carbons cannot enter into the hydrogen bonded structure of water and hence these are slightly soluble in water. So the ratio of polar to non-polar group of the molecule also affects the interaction and also affects the solubility. Branching of the carbon chain reduces the non-polarity and effects. It leads to increased water solubility like tertiary butyl alcohol is miscible in all proportions with water, whereas N-butyl alcohol dissolves only to a small extent. So branching of carbon chain also reduces the non-polarity effect. Next one is the non-polar solvent. So ionic and polar solutes are not soluble or are only slightly soluble in non-polar solvents like hydrocarbons because non-polar solvents are unable to reduce the attraction between the ionic or strong and weak electrolytes because of the solvent's low dielectric constant. Non-polar solvents cannot break covalent bonds and ionize weak electrolytes because they are aprotic. No hydrogen is available in this structure. A non-polar solvent cannot form hydrogen bridges with non-electrolytes. So these are the some of the reasons why non-polar solvents are unable to make the bond with the non-polar solutes, polar solutes, and how it is dissolved. So, non-polar solvent is capable to dissolve the non-polar solutes only because of the lack of hydrogen bonding, lack of high dielectric constant, or lack of hydrogen bridges with the non-electrolytes. Non-polar solvents dissolve non-polar solutes with similar attractive forces through induced dipole interaction like London forces, example CCl4 carbon tetrachloride can dissolve oils and fats. The third type of solvent is intermediate solvents or non-semi-polar solvents. So after the polar and non-polar solvent, there is a intermediate type of solvent where the polarity can be induced up to the certain degree. So these type of solvents are known as semi-polar solvents. So semi-polar solvent induce certain degree of polarity in non-polar solvents. Semi-polar solvent act as intermediate solvents that generate miscibility between polar and non-polar liquids. Example, acetone increases the solubility of ether in water. So these are the different interaction between the different types of solvent, whether it may be polar, non-polar, and semi-polar in nature. Now there are two type of solutions. One is known as ideal solution and second one is known as non-ideal solution. Non-ideal solutions are commonly known as real solutions. So now let us see the differences between the ideal solutions and non-ideal or real solutions. So ideal solution is one in which there is no attraction between solute and solvent molecules. In real solutions or non-ideal solutions, the cohesive force of attraction. Cohesive force means the force between the similar molecules or like molecules. So in real solutions, the cohesive force of attraction between A or A exceeds then the adhesive force of attraction existing between A and B. For example, A are the solvent molecules and B are the solute molecules. So in real solutions, the cohesive force of attraction between A or A exceeds then the adhesive force of attraction existing between A and B. Then ideal solution is one in which there is no change in properties of the components other than dilution. And in real solution, alternatively, the attractive forces between A and B may be greater than those between A and A or B and B. So when the solute solvent interaction is different, or the force of cohesion and force of adhesion between the solvent molecule and solvent molecule is different, then there will be the ideal solution will be converted into the non-ideal solution or real solutions. Ideal solutions always obey the Raoult's law, whereas non-ideal solutions or real solutions do not obey the Raoult's law. It may occur even though the liquids form solution in R proportion, such as mixtures are real or non-ideal. So, on the basis of Raoult's law, we can classify the solution into two types. One is ideal solution, the second one is the real solution or non-ideal solution. Now, let us see what is ideal solutions. So, as per the Raoult's law, the solution which obey this Raoult's law is known as ideal solutions. So, in ideal solution, partially vapor pressure of each volatile constituent is equal to the vapor pressure of the pure constituent multiplied by its mole fraction in the solution. So, as per the ideal solution or Raoult's law, in ideal solutions, partially vapor pressure of each volatile component is equal to the vapor pressure of the pure component or pure constituent multiplied by its mole fraction in the solution. So when we denote the mole fraction with X and vapor pressure of the pure component by P0, then we can write the equation like if there are binary solution or two components or two constituents are available like A and B. So we can write this equation as per the Raoult's law. PA is equal to PA naught XA, where PB is equal to PB naught XB. So in which PA and PB are the partial vapor pressure of the constituents over the solution when the mole fraction concentrations are XA and XB respectively. So mole fraction means how many moles are available from the total moles present in the system. So mole fraction and vapor pressure of the pure component when multiplied it will be equal to the partial vapor pressure of the system or constituent. So each per the Raoult's law, PA equal to PA naught XA and PB is equal to PB naught XB if there are two constituents A and B where the XA and XB are the mole fractions of A and B and PA naught A and PA naught B is the partial pure pressure of the A and B component. P and B, PB is the partial vapor pressure of the constituent A and B. So vapor pressure composition curve for an ideal solution can be seen here. When there are two components, so this is known as binary mixture. So vapor pressure composition curve for an ideal solution which having binary mixture is given like this. So there is the benzene and another is the ethylene chloride component. And the total vapor pressure is drawn above the line and PB naught is given as 260 degrees centigrade, PA naught is given as 236 and as per the Raoult's law, vapor pressure and mole fraction of ethylene chloride is plotted in this graph. So this is the vapor pressure composition curve which is plotted between the vapor pressure in millimeter mercury and mole fraction of different components. Now the real solutions or non-ideal solution which show the deviation from the Raoult's law. So deviation may be of two types. It may be negative in nature or may be positive in nature. So there are two types of deviation from Raoult's law. One is negative deviation and another one is the positive deviation. Now let us see each and every one in detail. So when we go through the vapor pressure composition curve, we can find the graph like this for negative deviation from Raoult's law. So you can see here where the mole fraction is plotted against the vapor pressure. So mole fraction is on x-axis or y-axis in this graph is denoted by vapor pressure in mmHg. Where the negative deviation means when the adhesive attractions between molecules of different species exceed the cohesive attractions between like molecules, the vapor pressure of the solution is less than the expected from Raoult's ideal solution law, and maybe negative deviation occurs. So why negative deviation occurs? So the condition is given here when the adhesive attractions between the molecules of different species exceed the cohesive attractions between the like molecules. So the cohesive attraction occurs between the like molecules or adhesive attraction between the unlike molecules like solute and solvent. So when the adhesive attraction between molecules of different species exceeded the cohesive attraction between the similar molecules, the vapor pressure or resultant vapor pressure of the solution will be less than the expected from the Raoult's law and the negative deviation occur. You can see the diagram where the vapor pressure composition curve is given here and total vapor pressure is given here and denoted by dotted line and the actual vapor pressure is by the bold line. So this is the example of negative deviation and the examples are given by the chloroform acetone system. So this is one of the example of negative deviation from Raoult's law. So in negative deviation from Raoult's law, the vapor pressure composition relationship of the solute this chloroform cannot be expressed by Raoult's law, but instead by an equation known as Henry's law, like chloroform plus acetone. So P solute will be equal to the K solute multiplied with X solute. And as per the Raoult's law, it will be the PA equal to PA naught XA and PB equal to PB naught XB. So Henry's law applies to the solute and Raoult's applies to the solvent, dilute solutions of real liquid pairs. Now, when we go through the positive deviation from Raoult's law, you can see this vapor pressure composition curve where the total vapor pressure is denoted by the bold line. So, why it occurs? So, let us see here. So, positive deviation from Raoult's law occurs when the interaction between A and B molecules is less than the rate between molecules of the pure constituent AA or BB. The presence of B molecules reduces the interaction of the AA molecules, correspondingly reduce the BB interaction. So when the interaction between different molecules like A and B is less than the between molecules of the pure constituent AA or BB. So the presence of B molecules reduces the interaction of the AA molecules and it will reduce the BB interaction. So accordingly, the dissimilarity of polarities of internal pressures of the constituents results in a greater escaping tendency of both A and B molecule. So the partial vapor pressure of the constituents is greater than the expected from Raoult's law. So the system is said to be having positive deviation in nature. So when we plot the vapor pressure composition curve, we can obtain the total vapor pressure more than the expected from the Raoult's law. So example of this type of positive deviation is shown by the different solutions are the benzene ethyl alcohol system. So you can see that vapor pressure composition curve of benzene and ethyl alcohol which show the positive deviation from Raoult's law. Now, next one is the azeotropic binary mixture. So azeotropic binary mixture, it is the mixture of liquids that has a constant boiling point because the vapor has the same composition as the liquid mixture. The boiling point of an azeotropic mixture may be higher or lower than that of any of its components. The components of the solution cannot be separated out by a simple distillation. So we have to use the further methods of distillations to separate out this type of azeotropic binary mixture, because the boiling point of an azeotropic mixture may be higher or lower than that of any of its components. So it is the mixture of liquids that has a constant boiling point because the vapor has the same composition as the liquid mixture. Now, after the discussion of ideal and real solution and Raoult's law, the second important part of this chapter is the solubility of liquids in liquids. So when we go through the solubility of liquids in liquids, there are very important terms which is related with the solubility of liquids in liquids are completely miscible system, partially miscible system. So frequently two or more liquids are mixed together in the preparation of pharmaceutical products like aromatic waters, sprays, elixirs, lotions, sprays, and medicated oils. Liquid-liquid systems can be divided into two categories according to the solubility of substances in one another, like completely miscible system, and second one is the partial miscible system. The components of an ideal solutions are miscible in all proportions. Such complete miscibility is also observed in some real binary systems like ethanol water system under the normal conditions. Attractions between the molecules of one component are greater than those between its molecules and those of other component. The positive deviation from Raoult's law occurs, the miscibility of the components may be reduced. So as we seen in positive deviation, where the vapor pressure value was the more than the expected values from Raoult's law. So when the attraction between the molecules of one components are greater than those between its molecules and those of the other components, so positive deviation from Raoult's law occurs and the miscibility of the components may be decreased. The greater the strength of the self-association, the greater the immiscibility, and the greater the degree of positive deviation from Raoult's law. So due to the self-association of the different molecules, there will be the increase in the immiscibility or positive deviation can be seen from Raoult's law. Example of large positive deviation like water and mercury binary system. So in case of partially miscible system, which is very important for pharmaceutical purpose, because many of the compounds like phenol water system is very important system, which is one of the example of partially miscible system. So in cases of partial miscibility, the degree of miscibility may be dependent on the temperature. So in that type of system, temperature having very important role in case of miscibility of different partial miscible systems. Solubility increases with increasing temperature, like water phenol system. So when we consider the water phenol system, there is the increment in the solubility by increasing the temperature. The second one is the solubility decreases with increase in temperature, like water thiamine system. So by increasing the temperature, there will be the reduction or decrement or decrease in the solubility value. And third one is the solubility increases with both in increasing or decreasing in temperature, like water nicotine system. And fourth one is the case where the solubility is not affected by the temperature. So in case of three component system or ternary system, the third liquid may influence the degree of solubility of two liquid systems. So when we add the third component to binary system, the solubility may be affected by the influence of this third compound. So when we go through the phase diagram, so first of all we have to know about the what is the phase diagram. So effect of temperature variation on the degree of miscibility in these systems is described by means of phase diagram. So what is the phase diagram? So in simple words, it is shown when it is known down as the effect of temperature variation on the degree of miscibility. So this system is described by means of phase diagram. So phase diagram is known as graphs of temperature versus composition at constant pressure. When we plot the graph of temperature versus composition at constant pressure, we can obtain a suitable phase diagram. In the critical solution temperature, it may be upper and lower. We will see in our later part of this chapter. So it may be upper constitute temperature or lower constitute temperature. So critical solution temperature is the maximum temperature at which the two phase region exist. And in case of phenol water partially miscible system, this is the 66.8 degrees centigrade. So when we plot the phenol water systems phase diagram, we can obtain it. We will discuss this phenol water phase diagram in very detail in our next part of this chapter. Then all combinations of phenol and water above this temperature are completely miscible and give one phase liquid system. So above the CST or above the upper constitute temperature, all combination of phenol and water, although it is partially miscible in nature, above this temperature are completely miscible and give one phase liquid systems. So solubility of liquids in liquids contains the another type of system where the complete miscibility can be seen, like polar and semi-polar solvents such as water and alcohol and acetone are said to be completely miscible because they mix in all proportions. Non-polar solvents such as benzene and CCl4 are also completely miscible. These light dissolves light. Polar solutes can easily dissolve in polar solvents and non-polar solute can easily dissolve in non-polar solvent. Like examples are water and alcohol for polar compounds or non-polar solvents like benzene and CCl4. These liquids are miscible because the broken attractive forces in both pure liquids are re-established in the mixture. So first the interaction between the solute solvent compound occur and then there will be the miscibility of both of the compound in each other can be seen. So when water and phenol are mixed, two liquid layers are formed, each containing some of the other liquid in the dissolved state. This is a very good example of partial miscible system. So when we add the water phenols, there are two liquid layers and each containing some of the other liquid in the dissolved state. It's possible to calculate the composition of each component in the two conjugate phases and the relative amount of each phase from the tie lines that cut the binodal curve. So we'll see the binodal curve in our next slides. So first one is the tie line, and the binodal curve is very important characteristic feature of the phase diagram of phenol water partially miscible systems. So here this is the diagram of phenol water system. So phase diagram of phenol and water here. So where the temperature is plotted on y-axis and phenol in water percentage by weight is plotted on x-axis. So when we increase the temperature, the mutual solubility is also increased. So when you can see the point H here, where the 66.8 degrees centigrade, it is known as critical solution temperature. Above which the single phase system can be obtained. And below this H value, there is the two conjugated phases can be seen where the water is dissolved in phenol and phenol is dissolved in water. So there are two conjugated phases can be seen below this critical solution temperature value. And when we plot a line from 50 degrees centigrade. It cuts the binodal curve on 2 points B and C. So this will be the tie line, and each and every point which is mentioned on the tie line is the specific composition of both of the system. So this is the phase diagram of phenol water system. In partially miscible liquids are influenced by temperature. So it can be represented in terms of critical solution temperature or consolute temperature. Some liquid pairs like triethylamine and water exhibit a lower consolute temperature, below which the two members are soluble in R proportion and above which two separate layers can be formed. So unlike the phenol water system where the upper critical solution temperature is seen, in this triethylamine water system where the lower consolute temperature or lower CST value is seen, and below this value or below this temperature, the both of the members are soluble in R proportion, and above this value there will be the two conjugated phases can be seen. So this is the one of the example of lower consolute temperature, and it is given by triethylamine water phase diagram. So when we compile the critical solution temperature, there are two types of critical solution temperature. One is known as TUC, means the upper critical solution temperature, or the TLC, means the lower critical solution temperature. So there are two types of critical solution temperature. In some books, it is also known as consolute temperature. So consolute temperature or critical solution temperature are upper critical solution temperature as well as the lower critical solution temperature. So the upper critical solution temperature, which is represented by TUC. So the upper critical solution temperature is the highest temperature at which phase separation occurs. So it is in phenol water system, it is given here. So above this temperature, there will be the single phase system, and below this critical solution temperature, the phenol and water makes the conjugated phases. So when we go through the phenol water phase diagram, we can easily understand the concept of upper critical solution temperature. So below this temperature, there are two conjugated phases, but to this temperature or above this temperature, the, there will be a single phase system of phenol and water can be seen. Similarly, opposite to phenol water system, this is the diagram, phase diagram of triethylamine water system, which is partially miscible in nature. So you can see here, this is the example of lower critical solution temperature. So in lower critical solution temperature, which is represented as TLC, so the lower critical solution temperature is the temperature below which there are two phases and at which phase separation occurs. So examples are triethylamine water system, which is partially miscible in nature, above TLC, and single phase below that system can be seen. So you can see the diagram where the composition of one phase, composition of another triethylamine phase is given, and TLC is given, means the lower critical solution temperature. And above this temperature, up to this temperature, there are P equal to 2. These two phase systems can be seen, and when we reduce the temperature or less than the TLC value, there is the P equal to 1. So single phase system can be seen. Some of the characteristic example where the both upper consolute temperature or lower consolute temperature or upper CST and lower CST values can be seen, like nicotine and water system, nicotine water system. So some systems having both upper and lower critical solution temperature, and very famous example the nicotine in water. So the TUC, upper critical solution temperature value is given here 210 degrees centigrade, and lower consolute temperature value is 61 degrees centigrade. Means upper above this TUC value and Below this TLC value, there will be the single phase system can be seen. And between two of them, there will be P equal to 2, means two phase systems can be seen. So nicotine water system is a very famous example of critical solution temperature having both upper and lower values. So partially miscibility in case of few mixture like nicotine water show both in upper and lower consumable temperature with an intermediate temperature region in which the two liquids are only partially miscible. You can see the diagram of nicotine in water percentage by weight with temperature. The final type exhibits no critical solution temperature like ethyl ether and water. They shows partial miscibility over the entire range of temperature which the mixture exists. So the last example where the upper and critical solution temperature is not seen. So all of the solution either it is partial miscible in nature like ethyl ether and water, but they having the partial miscibility over the entire temperature range at which the mixture exists. So this is the fourth one example where partial visibility can be seen over the entire range of temperature. Now, when we go through the eutectic mixture, we can see the very important example like cellulose plus thymol. So, two components containing solid and liquid phases, they can mix eutectic mixture like cellulose and thymol compound. And by the help of this phase diagram, we can see here. So where the thymol in cellulose percentage by weight is given here, and temperature in degree centigrade is given here. And the melting point of pure cellulose and melting point of pure thymol is given here. And after mixture of solid thymol and solid cellulose, the melting point is reduced. So it is known as eutectic point. So increasing the percentage of thymol in the mixture till reaching 100% will provide this phase diagram. So where you can see on left side it is 100% of one component, on right side it is 100% of another component. So there are different regions are given here. In region 1, when we go through this diagram, we can find there are first, second, third, fourth region. So in region 1, there is a single liquid phase. In second region, region containing solid cellulose and a conjugate liquid phase. In third region, with solid thymol is in equilibrium with the conjugate liquid phase. In fourth region, in which both components are present, is pure solid phases. So lowest temperature at which liquid phase exists in system is 13 degrees centigrade. Mixture containing 34% of thymol in cellulose. This is known as eutectic point. And when we go through the degree of freedom, F equal to 3 minus 1 plus 2 will be 0. So this is the another diagram of three component system, which is known as ternary diagram or ternary system. Three component diagram systems. A ternary phase diagram of surfactant, water, and oil is given here. Where the oil in water can be used the formation of nano emulsion, water in oil nano emulsion, and there may be by continuous region and polyphasic region can be seen in this ternary phase diagram of surfactant, water, and oil. So, on the basis of partially miscible system and critical solution temperature, a numerical is given here. A mixture of phenol in water at 20 degrees centigrade with a total composition of 50% phenol. The tie line at this temperature cuts the curve 8 points equivalent to 8.4 and 72.2% weight by weight phenol. What is the weight of the aqueous layer and of the phenol layer in 500 gram of the mixture? How many gram of phenol are present in each of the two layers? So when we solve this type of numerical, first we have to assume that Z is the or X is the weight in grams of the first layer, and similarly 500 minus Z will be the weight in grams of the phenolic layer. And the sum of the percentage of phenol in the two layers will be multiplied as 500 into 50 divided by 100 equal to 250 gram. So when we go through the weight of aqueous layer and weight of phenolic layer in the aqueous layer, we can obtain the different values. and the weight of phenol in the phenolic layer is 235 grams. So when we solve this numerical, we can easily understand the phase diagram of phenol water partially miscible system. So please go through the phenol water partially miscible system and solve this numerical. Then the effect of added substance on critical solution temperature. So critical solution temperature, either it may be upper or lower, is also affected by the third component of pouring substance. So the addition of the substance to a binary liquid system produces a tertiary system or ternary system. So due to the addition of third component or foreign material or foreign substances, the actual value of CST, critical solution temperature, may be either decreased or maybe either increased. So this is the table given here, the effect of additives on CST, where the type of CST, either it may be upper in nature or lower in nature, and after addition of the solubility of additive in each component, depending on the nature of the additive substance, ultimately effect on the CST and visibility will be either decreased or increased. So let us see here with some of the examples, it will be better explained. So effect of added substance, like if the added material or foreign material or third material in a binary system is soluble in only one of the two components, or if the solubility in the two liquids are markedly different, the solubility of the liquid pair is decreased due to salting out effect. So when we add the third material and it is only soluble in one of the two component system, the mutual solubility or ultimate solubility of the whole system will be decreased, and due to the salting out effect. If the original binary mixture has an upper CST, the temperature decreases, so increases, and if it has a lower CST, the T value will be decreases by the addition of the third component. So upper CST will be increased or lower CST value will be decreased if the added material is soluble in only one of the component. Like examples are given here, if 0.1 molar naphthalene is added to a mixture of phenol and water, it dissolves only in the phenol and raises the CST value about 20 degrees centigrade. So as we already discussed, because of the naphthalene is soluble in only one of the component of this binary system, so it will increase the value of CST and the value ranges about 20 degrees centigrade. Similar example is given here. If 0.1 molar potassium chloride is added to a phenol water mixture, it dissolves only in water and raises the CST value approximately 8 degrees centigrade. So this is the one condition which highlight the added materials solubility after the binary system. Second example is given here. If the added material is soluble in both of the liquids to about the same extent, the solubility of liquid pair is increased. So if third component or foreign material or external substance is soluble in both of the components of the binary system, the mutual solubility or solubility of the liquid pair is automatically increased. The increase in solubility of two partially miscible solvents by an additive is referred to as blending. So by the addition of third component, if there is increase in the solubility of two partially miscible solvent, it is known as blending. Upper CST is lowered and then lower CST value will be raised. Example is given here, the addition of succinic acid or sodium oleate to a phenol water system. So when we add this succinic acid to or sodium oleate to phenol water system, the upper CST value is lower, or it will be the effect of the increase in the solubility of two partially miscible solvent by the addition of third component, which is commonly known as blending phenomenon. So this is the effect of third component or additive material on the value of critical solution temperature, and it can be betterly explained with some of the examples which is given here. So these are the different references given here. So by the help of these references, you can go through it and find out the more material regarding the solubility of liquids and regarding the partial miscible systems. Now, when we go through the quiz section, there are some of the questions which are based on today's lecture. So I hope you may be able to complete or you may be able to answer all the questions. Like what is CST? CST is the critical solution temperature. So what is CST? Critical solution temperature. The next question is given here. Give the types of liquid systems with examples. So when we go through the liquid solubility of liquid in liquid, so there are different types of liquid systems. So we have to go through the chapter, find out the examples of different materials. Then enumerate the types of CST. So when we discuss about this critical solution temperature, we have to only enumerate, we have to give the types of different types of CST, critical solution temperature. Then next one is the what is Raoult's law. So Raoult's law, which is differentiate ideal solution from real solutions. So how it is defined, so we have to give the answer in this question. Then lastly, discuss the effect of foreign substances in binary systems. When we add the foreign substance in binary system, what will be the effect? So we have to give the answer here. Then some of the multiple choice type of questions like the upper critical solution temperature is defined as. So how the upper critical solution is defined, the maximum temperature at which two components will be remain immiscible at two distinct liquids. The option is given here. The minimum temperature at which two components will remain immiscible is two distinct liquids. The maximum temperature at which two components remain miscible, and the option is the minimum temperature at which two components remain miscible. So we have to give the answer of this question. The second one is the only two components solid liquid phase diagram. A tie line indicates which of the following. So when we go through the phenol water system, we can obtain a phase diagram and there is a characteristic tie line which cuts the binodal curve of phenol water system. So what is phenol water system's tie line indicate? So a region where the temperature is constant, a region where the composition is constant, an area below which only the solid phase exists, an area above which only the liquid phase exists. So we have to pick the correct option from A, B, C, D. Then last question is on phase diagram, an isotherm indicates which of the following. So what is the isotherm on phase diagram? So a region where the composition of the system is constant, a region where the pressure is constant, an area below which only the solid phase exists, or a region where the temperature is constant. So these are the different questions of this section. Please go through the questions and find out the correct answer of these questions which are included in our quiz section. So, okay, thank you.